morning, everybody, and welcome to Croydon College. It's great to be with you this morning. We're running this webinar and 4 others throughout the day in conjunction with the National Apprenticeship Fair. So whether you're joining us because you've been along to the virtual fair today, or whether you're joining us because we've emailed you separately, we're delighted to have you with us this morning. And what we want to try and do in the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes is just give you a brief overview of firstly the college, but also to introduce you to, particularly in this session, the construction and engineering apprenticeship programme that is run here at Croydon College. Now with me this morning, I've got 2 people. I've got Pete. Hi Pete. Peter is Peter Lang, Head of School for Building Engineering and Technical Professions. Morning, Peter.
Good morning, everyone.
And also Holly. Holly is our apprenticeship admissions officer. So Holly is the person that, if you're interested in joining the college, she'll be the one that talks to you, and a little bit later on in this session she'll be just explaining what the process is if you do want to apply to be an apprentice here at the college. So just quickly, Peter, just as an overview, I know that in terms of apprenticeship starting for this academic year, I think you were very oversubscribed, weren't you? You've seen a lot of interest, particularly in construction at the moment.
We have, yes, but there's still some spaces available, and we do enrol mid-year. So
okay, so that's a really interesting point. And so you're not too late. If you want to join an apprenticeship now or any time, you can do so. And I'm guessing at the moment, with the situation with the pandemic and sadly job losses, many people are thinking about retraining into new careers or indeed upskilling. Are you seeing much of that, Peter, at the moment?
Yeah, there's a lot of interest now, because especially now the lockdown's finally ended, and construction, Boris Johnson said that construction should carry on. It's an important sector. So yeah, there's still demand there, and it's starting to pick up.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing at the moment there's still going to be a need for hopefully many years to come for some of these trade professions, isn't there? I mean, I'm guessing we're a few years off before you might employ a robot to build a house or something, but who knows? We'll see. Anyway, great to have you both with us this morning. What we're going to do now is we're going to share the presentation. And Pete, if you'd like to just talk us through being an apprentice in construction and engineering.
Okay, so I'll give you a short talk about the range of apprenticeships we do in construction and engineering, and an overview of what an apprenticeship is. So basically, an apprenticeship is you learning the trade, but learning on the job, so in the employer's workplace. Construction and engineering have a long history of training people via apprenticeship, so it's industry recognised, and it's the accepted way we train people in these areas. And the beauty of it is you may start a trade at level 2, but you can do then level 3, and in a few years you may then move into a management position with either the same company or another company, so there's good career prospects. Once you've got your basic trade, you can branch out and basically go anywhere you want in the world and do anything you want. So normally you'd work between 30 and 40 hours a week. And in a normal apprenticeship, that consists of 4 days work and then coming to college 1 day a week to get your qualifications. And the 3 areas now, modern apprenticeships have changed slightly. So they're called apprenticeship standards now. So they have 3 areas. One is the skills, which you learn in the workplace. One is the knowledge, which is what you come to college to learn. And then you obviously develop your behavioural skills, and your employer will develop you as a person and make you more employable and give you the skills to succeed. So as I said, you can progress on the higher levels, and in construction we normally go level 2 and 3 in the trades, and then 3, 4, 5 and 6, etc. into the management side of things. The beauty of it is that while you're training, you will get a CSCS card, which will allow you to go on site, and they're highly sought after these days, CSCS cards, which is good. And then, like I said, there's all the different levels right up to degree level now. And as I said, apprenticeship standards are different now. So you get trained, you get your qualifications, but at the end of your apprenticeship, you have to do what's called an endpoint assessment, which is an independent assessment done at a separate centre. And there's normally an exam, a little practical test, and sometimes an interview. And overall, at the end of it, you'll get a pass, merit or distinction, depending on how good your hand skills are, your presentation skills, etc. So that's the new way of doing things. So the apprenticeship delivery from our view normally is you come to class 1 day a week. Can we flip the next slide, please? So you come to college and we teach you in college. You may do some online teaching at the moment because of COVID. Next slide, please. And you will have a portfolio to build. So when you're in the workplace, you will have to get evidence to meet some of the criteria, and this will be uploaded on your portfolio. So as part of portfolio building, you'll get on-site visits from your assessor, who will come out, watch what you do in the workplace and assess you. You'll get exam support and preparation when you're in college. You'll be reviewed regularly, so there'll be a three-way dialogue between your employer, your assessor and you as to how you're progressing. And then, like I say, we can tailor the support to your individual needs, and there's also additional support available for the college should you need it. So construction and engineering is traditionally broken down into two sectors. So we have the building services engineering sector and the construction sector. So building services engineering is all the services that come into a building. So that's your water, gas, electricity, drainage, and increasingly important these days, your data networks. So the range of apprenticeships we do is we do building services engineering, craftsperson and installers, level 2 and 3. So that's the traditional heating and ventilation apprenticeship. We do a plumbing apprenticeship, which is now a 4-year apprenticeship only at level 3. And then we do some engineering apprenticeships at level 2 and 3. So the engineering side is more working in factories, etc., keeping all the plant and machinery working. So they vary from 12 months to 4 years, so a year to 4 years. Highly sought after occupations. The heating and vent one's slightly different in that you come here for a 2-week block and then you go back to work for a 6-week block and then you come back to college again for a block. But all the other ones are day release, so you come 1 day a week. And like I say, we're also looking to do some electrical ones in there as well. So building services, very important roles. And like I say, more important with Wi-Fi and etc. now. Some of the data networks and that are getting very important. So we're starting to look at IT qualifications as apprenticeships as well. The other side of building and engineering is the building and construction. We can flick the slide, please. So that's more your traditional trades, so bricklaying, carpentry, painter and decorator, etc. But recently we've moved into some higher level ones, so like site management, setting out engineer, quantity surveyor, civil engineering technician. These are the newer ones we're doing. So earlier on when I said you can start in the trades and progress into management, the higher level ones are becoming more and more popular as buildings get more complex. A lot more companies and are needed much more skilled people. So yes, we still need the bricklayers and the carpenters, but we also need a lot more highly skilled managers and engineers and site supervisors to make sure the whole project's run smoothly and to cost. So quite a growing area. And if you look around Croydon, there's huge amount of construction work going on. So quite a few vacancies out there at the moment. So if you're interested in one of these, join one of the chat rooms and we can explain a bit more. And finally, why do an apprenticeship? Well, I've done an apprenticeship 30-something years ago, and it changed my life. I left school, not quite knowing what I want to do, and I got a construction apprenticeship. And 3 years later, I was a fully qualified tradesman and went out in the big wide world and made my money, started my own company. So it's a good chance to earn while you learn. You get, as I said, a recognised qualification. City and Guilds is well recognised within the industry. You get independence, you respect. You tend to move around quite a bit in construction, so you won't be in one place for too long. It might be a couple of months or a year, but then you'll move on to another site or another location. So lots of variety for you. You get to know people in the industry after a while, so you know there's always networking opportunities and further career opportunities, and you get to work and get trained by some very good tradespeople and experts in the industry. And like at the end there, like I say, you can have a great career around you. So you might start at level 2, do level 3, you might go away for a couple of years and work and then come back and do a higher level. It's a great career, and at the end of the day, as they say, the world is your oyster. So over to you, Catherine. You're on mute.
schoolgirl error. I've been having computer problems, so I'm not sure whether I was there or not. My internet decided to crash on me, but thanks very much for that update. If you are watching us live and you want to ask a question, you can do that by putting a question into the Q&A, or you can chat to us in the chat function. We'd be delighted to hear from you this morning. I'm going to go over to Holly now. Obviously, Pete, there's a lot of courses there, aren't there? There's lots of different things that you can think about, apply for, whether it be a new skill or upskilling. And it really is something for everyone. And I guess,
Yes.
Holly,
That's the key, a trade for everyone.
Absolutely. And Holly, your role is probably very much to help people decide what their best route is that right?
Yes, yeah, that's correct.
So when they come to you, they wouldn't necessarily know what they wanted to do. Talk us through, if you want to go back to the slides, perhaps talk us through what happens next if people are interested.
Okay, so to apply for an apprenticeship, we advertise vacancies on the college's website, the National Apprenticeship website, and we also have a Twitter and Facebook account for our vacancies where we advertise those. It's really important when making your application that you are, especially in construction, that you're responding to every question, attaching your CV, creating a cover letter. It's a very competitive industry. So it's important that you include all of your information, all of your experience, whether it's a lot of experience or not, just to sell yourself as best as you can. But we also at the college, we offer a free recruitment service, so we can help you with your CV writing, cover letters, interview preparation, things like that. We're here to help you do that. Got the next slide. So the process. So you make the application online, as I said. Your application is viewed by one of our skills advisors. They would shortlist your application, ensuring that it meets the criteria for the vacancy. You're then invited to an initial assessment at the college where you are asked to show your evidence. So for your maths and English qualifications, this is to make sure that you're eligible for the course you're applying for, and also to provide things like your passport and your national insurance number to ensure that you can work in the UK. After the initial assessment, your CV and cover letter is sent to the employer by us. Your employer will review your application and your CV, and if you're selected for an interview, we as the college will arrange all of this for you, and we'll help you with your interview preparation. We'll do mock interviews, and that's just so that you feel comfortable and you're ready to go for the interview, which we've arranged for you. If you are ever unsuccessful at the interview, it doesn't finish there. We're always here to help. We can go back over mock interviews. We always get feedback from the employer, so we can help you and work with that. Next slide. So usual tips, as I said, make sure that you always attach your CV. It's always good as well to have a cover letter in place that's just explaining, to the employer you've researched the company, you know why you want to study the apprenticeship. And as I said, if you are selected for interview, we will assist you with interview preparation. So the live vacancies, they're advertised on the college's website. You can see here is a list of a couple of our vacancies that we have at the moment, which are live and you can apply for. And the link below is to our apprenticeship vacancies. And for any further information, I'll pass you back.
Great. Thank you very much for that, Holly. Thank you for that, Peter. We are back at 12 with another subject. We look forward to seeing more of you then. If you have any queries, please do contact the team here at Croydon College. Just to re-emphasise that we do have those live vacancies. There are jobs out there now that you could be applying for. Don't feel you have to wait. Make that call. Go onto our website, croydon.ac.uk. You can fill in an application form. You can join our chat on the website. You can ask for more information. The main thing is to reach out, to put an application in, and then Holly, Peter and the team at Croydon College can help you to find the right position for you. But for now, thanks very much for joining us. Do enjoy the rest of the Virtual Apprenticeship Fair today, and we hope to hear from you all soon. Thanks very much and goodbye.